Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.com. I'm your host, Earl Basin, and joining me yet again is a seething juggling Jay. We have a lot to talk about, Jay. Triathletes making noise around the world. We had the Grand Prix, and of course, we had the CONCACAF president here celebrating 50 years of CONCACAF for Bermuda, and the Bermuda Football Association awards handed out. But we're going to get to that because I know you want to really talk about that. But let's first get a message from our sponsor.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, we had 3 triathletes compete over the weekend. Erica Hawley, Tyler Smith, and Tyler Butterfield. Erica Hawley winning the USA Collegiate National Championships. Tyler Butterfield finishing 3rd in an Ironman, a full Ironman, competing just under 8 hours. And Tyler Smith competing in Barbados. Let's get the report of the 3. 3 Bermuda triathletes had good performances over the weekend, with Erica Hawley earning the win in the Women's Draft Legal USA Triathlon Collegiate Club National Championships with a time of 1:09:03. Tyler Butterfield finished 3rd, competing in the Ironman North American Championships in Texas with a time of 7:58:29. And Tyler Smith finished 17th, competing in the 2017 Bridgetown Sprint Triathlon American Cup and Central American and Caribbean Championships in Barbados. Smith clocked an overall time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 24 seconds. Well, Jay, some remarkable performances from the 3, but evaluate competing. Let's think about it. Competing for just under 8 hours.
That in itself, Earl, I mean, that is an accomplishment. And it's competing. I mean, I'm not even trying to be on a bike for 5 hours with an engine, let alone I got a paddle. And then all the other things that takes effect to your body while you're riding this bike. In conditions, keep that in mind too. Conditions could be rain, could be sun, could be hot, could be cool. But no, it's something that is definitely endurance, the patience, the discipline, and takes a toll on the body. And to see that he's excelling in this sport is unbelievable.
Well, on Friday night, we had the final conclusion of the Legends of Squash at the Bermuda Racket Squash Association Club.
Almost.
We got a new champion.
Yeah.
Peter Nickel defeated the defending champion. Epic final, one that people were talking about late into the night, Friday night, 14-12, 14-12. But actually, let's hear from the champion, Peter Nickel, talking about his opponent. The final of the 2017 edition of the Legends of Squash will go down as an epic one, as Peter Nickel defeated the defending champion David Palmer in straight games. The first game saw Nickel win 14-12. He then won the second game by the same score. With a noisy crowd still buzzing, Nickel described his opponent's performance.
Struggled a little bit physically to start with, and then he got going as the match went on, so it made it really tough. So he was able to really volley and take it in early, and he's so strong and he's so fit. So when he started doing that, it got really hard for me to, and ended up just running around a lot of times, just recovering, picking up, and we fell into our old patterns of play. And it could have gone either way. I mean, he had chances to win, I had chances to win, but in the end I just managed to sneak it. So more than anything, we gave everyone a great match. I think everyone loved it. This evening's been great because it was a fantastic doubles match. Micah and John White played a phenomenal game, and then we had a great game too. So that's the way you want a finals night to be like.
Does it make you hungry for next year?
I can't wait to play next year already. I know it's crazy, right?
As the defending champion, it puts a little more pressure on you.
Come back, right? I have to be invited back, right? That's the thing.
Oh, as the champion, you're already invited.
Exactly.
All right.
I'm happy.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Awesome.
All right. Well, Jay, we've come to the part where discussion of the Bermuda Football Association award ceremony that took place at Cedar Bridge on Saturday night. Obviously, not everyone was happy. because in the game of football, there's going to be winners, there's going to be losers, and then there's a draw element. But on the night, there was only going to be one winner of each category or a tie in each category. But let's break it down. Let's start with the. Let's start with the MVP. Mm-hmm. Your thoughts on Ian Coke winning?
Oh, well, that's simple. I tell you, I was doing another event, and once it played out, social media went crazy, and I was surprised to the fact that, not to say that Ian Coke didn't have a great year, because I think he was very influential. He's been the last few years for the Boulevard. I mean, you remember last year, he basically saved them from relegation. Due to injury, they probably would have been in a better position last year. And once again, even this year, I think due to the injury, had a couple of little knocks. And I think without those knocks, they probably would have been a little closer to the top. So to say that he didn't have a great year or good year, I would be lying. But it's hard for me to digest the likes of Darius Cox not getting MVP, playing for a team that won the league, that was very competitive from day one. And I think last year they may have surprised a few people, but this year I think they really, really showed their worth. For the team to eventually win the league, done pretty good in the other cups, but won the league, scored the most goals, and only conceded 9 goals, which he was the captain of the back line and the captain of the team. Gotta say, very influential in the team. He is the glue. Obviously, they have a lot of players, but we've had a conversation when it came to Robin Hood team. How many stars do they really have? If anybody just asks about Robin Hood, you only just keep thinking about Antoine Russell, you know. But there's other players that do the job. But Darius has always been one to put everybody in the right positions, especially with the back line. And so for me, I was definitely surprised. And social media was actually very surprised about it also. So in saying that, I mean, obviously there'd be conversations, how can it be different? I don't know if it can be any different. The way the criteria and how it's done now, in other jurisdictions, they might allow the media, but we know for a fact not much media goes to these games on a weekly basis. So it's hard to adjudicate an MVP or a player of the game when you actually don't see the game. Different to say that we get the footage after the game and we take note of the footage. We don't have that at our hands. So we have to leave it up to the people who are at the game itself, and that's going to rely on coaches, match commissioner, even a referee. And I think it's got to be a way where we can probably start entwining all three of those factors to get the real, I feel, a real true value of the most valuable player.
Let's talk about goalkeeping.
Well, there you go again. I said it before. I mean, no knock on Taj Bell, because I think that was one of the things that North Village was lacking the last couple of years. We at one point in time, we had Pierre, we had a little slew of guys jumping in goal for Village last season. Taj Bell from day one this year has had a good season. And I think if you look at on ability, if you match him up with most of the keepers on the island, you probably say Taj Bell is probably the best goalkeeper, period. But when your team only concedes 9 goals for the season, 18 games, okay, do the average, okay, 0.5 a game, Earl. So that means it's got to be some clean sheets in there also, many of them, okay, and you gave Darius Cox the defender of the year, so you're acknowledging that was a good defense. Goalkeeper's got a little bit to do with that. Here's the last line of defense. So once again, for me, for me, I think that Darius Cox should have been MVP. Taj Bell, and Jason would have been the goalkeeper of the year. But that's just my opinion. I think after watching these players, you can't say that they're not an influence on the team, because they are. We're seeing it. They've had moments, and they've pulled out of games with their defensive ability more than anything. Special games against PAC. We've seen PAC not only miss a lot of goals, but also a lot of goals being saved. So, unfortunately, congratulations to Taj. Like I said, no knock on Taj or Ian Cook, but my opinion, that's just my opinion.
Coach of the year.
This was a little harder for me, because obviously I know both guys quite well. Obviously, my team's involved also, so that makes it even harder. But I think this was probably something even closer. I think you probably could have flipped a coin in this, and I say this to say, Kyle, obviously with the winning the league, and what Robin Hood did this year, style, the whole nine, that worked on it and it's come to fruition. Scott Morning has made some adjustments from Mark Reed, but PAC has been in every final, and it came away with some silverware. So you could see where it could have been either way. I think that was a major disappointment unlike the other ones, but for me, you could have probably flipped the coin. Now, for you, I don't know, but for me, that's my opinion.
Well, I got the chance to speak with the CONCACAF president when he arrived in Bermuda, and he also had a speech at the award ceremony. Let's get his arrival and his speech at the award ceremony. Hello, sir. Welcome to Bermuda. Bermuda Football Association in CONCACAF. Well, what message do you bring?
Well, really, it's a message of unity. I think, we started on this journey together as 41 countries over just almost a year ago with a one CONCACAF vision. I think, as we can see by our Congress in Aruba last week, our members are focused on that. I know that in Bermuda as well with your new president, President Wade, he has the exact same mentality from a unity perspective. So he's a big proponent of it. I know within the CONCACAF family, but I also know that having numerous discussions with him since he's been elected, that he's trying to bring the same philosophy to Bermuda and bring that unity to the clubs and to the parishes here. And I think, to be honest with you, as we've seen in the football world, and we always have to be relative to the football world, is that really that's the only way that you can be successful. So I commend the Bermuda Football Association for that vision, and I'm here to not only to support that, but also to visit this beautiful island.
All right, well, welcome. I know you got a busy schedule, so thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. With a lifelong commitment to football, as a player and administrator, Mr. Victor Montagliani's passion for the game has led him to become a leader within the sport. Mr. Montagliani was elected CONCACAF's president and FIFA vice president on May 12, 2016, during CONCACAF's 31st Ordinary Congress held in Mexico City, Mexico. Mr. Montagliani is currently the president of the Canadian Soccer Association, otherwise known as CSA. Through his leadership at the CSA, he has brought efficiency and a corporate style to the association. He chaired the National Organizing Committee for the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup Canada in 2014 and the FIFA Women's World Cup Canada in 2015. Having played a key role in Canada's bid for the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup, adding to his experience within the game. He served as the CSA's vice president, leading him to become the association's 33rd president. He also served as British Columbia Soccer Association's president from 2003 to 2005 and was elected as a CSA vice president in 2016. President Montagliani's love for the game began as a child and evolved as he reached elite levels in Canada's Vancouver's Grandview Legion squad and the senior Columbus team. Due to an injury resulting from the game, President Montagliani is now retired as a player, leading him to develop his business in the world of insurance. He is now a key member of a nationwide group of companies. In addition to his vast knowledge and experience within the game, President Montagliani has concluded studies in political science, public administration, French, and science. President Montagliani was a member of FIFA's Reform Committee in 2016, a member of CONCACAF's Reform Committee in 2015, a member of the CONCACAF Council former executive committee since April 2013, a former chair of the National Organizing Committee for the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup Canada 2014 and FIFA Women's World Cup 2015, a member of the local organizing committee for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup 2007, a member for the CONCACAF Gold Cup Committee Organizing Committee, and a member of the FIFA Legal Committee. President Montagliani states, "Football is my life. I have spent my entire life with the football at my feet, in my mind and in my heart. I am humbled to serve CONCACAF while leading the evolution of the Legion's game. Through his long CONCACAF vision, President Montagliani will continue strengthening the foundations of the CONCACAF, while focusing on developing a professional and solid structure for its 41 member associations. With football at its core, the One CONCACAF vision consists of 4 pillars to further the growth of the game, including good governance, successful strategic planning for all competitions, and commercial partnership, investment in football development and infrastructure, and solid leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you CONCACAF President, Mr. Victor Montagliani.
Matthew, my mother says she's very proud of you. Thank you. I want to thank you very much, and it's a real honor being here in Bermuda. I have a lot of friends, and I have even more friends after a day and a half in Bermuda. So it's a fantastic and beautiful country, and I really thank you for your warm hospitality. It's been a pleasure to be here and see the work that's been done by the Bermuda football family. I'd like to acknowledge the Minister, who I got to meet yesterday. Thank you, Minister, for being here this evening as well. I think with more events like this, you might want to think about taking over that interim position to a full position. So we would welcome a former footballer, I'm sure. Congratulations to the Bermuda football family on your 50 years. And also not only on the 50 years as a federation within CONCACAF, but also 50 years with the famous victory in Winnipeg, Canada, of all places. How life comes full circle. I'm sure the mosquitoes were that big back in '67 as well. According to Clyde Best was telling me that he was running faster in Winnipeg than anywhere else. So there you go. So congratulations. I've really thoroughly enjoyed the trip. I've had some great meetings with government officials, obviously with the BFA, but also this afternoon going in to see the coaches in their coaches symposium that they were having today. It was real refreshing to see the work that's been done here at the BFA. Matthew had earlier talked about One CONCACAF vision and the 4 pillars. I'm very happy to see that the 4 pillars are alive here in Bermuda. It was a real honor inaugurating the Clyde Best Center of Excellence last night, which talks about infrastructure and the journey that the BFA took to build that. And good things don't happen overnight. And obviously, as Mr. Sabir eloquently said, that did not happen overnight, but it happened through the perseverance of a lot of people. So I congratulate you on that. Congratulate you on the football. And I saw the girls playing there yesterday. And obviously, I saw the coaches today. So I know that the investment in the technical part of the game is happening here. And I think one of the things that really, one of the pillars that is very hard to measure, actually. But I think you know when you see it, and that's leadership. And I'm really happy to see the leadership that's here in Bermuda, through Mark Wade as your president, through the team I see on the administration side, David Sabir, through your past president, who's obviously a longtime friend of mine, Larry Mussenden. So you've had some history of very good leadership here, and it continues in the spirit of Mark Wade, who will grow in stature in CONCACAF, I'm sure. What makes me happy about that is that we've had some tough times in CONCACAF. Let's make the mistake no about it. But Bermuda has always been a beacon with respect to integrity and how they have conducted themselves, not only within CONCACAF but within FIFA. And so it's very refreshing for me to say that. It's very refreshing for you to probably hear that. So I'm glad that the leadership is sound and well in the Bermuda Football Association. I congratulate you on that. Obviously tonight we're here about football and awards for the fantastic season that occurred in your leagues. I want to congratulate the winner of the Premier. It might be the best name I've ever heard for a football club, but one of them anyway. Robin Hood Football Club. Should I ask what you actually wear on the pitch? I hope it's shorts. It has to be FIFA approved, right? But I want to congratulate all the winners here tonight, not just obviously Robin Hood who won the premiership, but all the winners that will receive. But actually, it's not just about the winners that receive the trophies tonight. It's about all the players. You're all winners, and you're all winners because you play the greatest game in the world, which is football. Make no mistake about it. And I want to address this to Matthew. You actually introduced me, Matthew, so I'm actually going to address this to you, son, if I can call you that. Hopefully your parents are in here. If you're an example of what Bermudas are about, Bermuda will be in good hands in the future. I wanted you to remember one thing. The game of football has given me absolutely everything. Believe it or not, at one time I was your age, and I was that skinny as well. But life has a way of changing those things, and so does age. But what I want you to take, Matthew, is that this game of football will teach you everything you need in your life. It will teach you how to be a man. It will teach you how to be a humble man. It will teach you how to compete on an equitable basis. It may take you abroad, as I see you're already an excellent player. I just want you to soak everything that this game gives you, but more importantly, Matthew, I want you to give back to the game. At some point in your life, you will give back. I know your aspirations are to put on a national team jersey, and I hope nothing stops you that. But remember, you may become something else in this game, and you need to embrace it. And so I wish you all the best, Matthew. You are an example for me of everything in Bermuda, and I wish you all the best, son. Thank you very much.
Well, Jay, on side of that was 5 gentlemen recognized for a lot of work done within football at their clubs and at the association. They were recognized and they were there, which is a good thing to have people recognized whilst they're still able to be recognized and applauded by people that were around them at the time and people coming through to see and hear what these guys have accomplished, not only at the clubs but at the association.
Yeah, so it's so funny because we had a conversation like that last week of acknowledging and appreciating people while they're still alive, and it's, you know, I'm glad that the accolades on these 5 gentlemen, because tireless hours of volunteering. It's not a job. They're getting paid volunteering. And folks, football season is in the winter months. It's gonna be cold nights, wet nights, very early mornings for some, depending on what their jobs. And for most of these guys, they didn't just wear one hat, wore several hats. So I want to take my hat off to all 5 of you gentlemen, and thank you guys, because I think if we had 5 more gentlemen to come right behind you on every team, I think we'll be in a better situation, because of the fact that we need more volunteers, especially for our grassroots, our junior leagues, even to help out the BFA and the administration. We all need it for the game of football, and for these 5 men to stand up and be counted and then ask for anything. We just want to say thank you, and please continue the good work.
Well, let's find out who the 5 were who received the Order of Merit Award. Robert Emmett, Alan Young, Carneo Smith, Charles Marshall, and Dr. Gerard Bean their 2017 Order of Merit Award. Jay, 3 days of cycling. Friday night, a hill climb in the East End. Saturday, a road race in the East End. Sunday, a criterium in Hamilton. Several riders looking for the best performances, and it's all about time. It's about the time trials, about doing the hill as quickly as possible. Then you add on the time from the road race. So although you're trying to win the race, you're also trying to make sure that you put time in various opponents. And it all came down to the final day in various divisions, and some were only won by a split second.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes. we it's a cliche. Sometimes games are, a matter of inches, a matter of seconds. We see this in a lot of auto sports and just, But no, the competition, and that's what's great about cycling right now. The competition that's out there on a weekly basis, Errol. Once upon a time, it was dominated by 1 or 2, 3 riders, but now it's
Division.
each division. You can get a different winner every week. So for a competitor, it's always great because you're always being tested. There's no days off. There's no weekends off. And what you get to see is that the different strengths of the person's ability in the discipline, whether it's hills or whether it's sprint or whether it's a longer version, you get to see the stronger ones come to the forefront, and then the other ones trying to work on the other disciplines. But like I said, for something like the Grand Prix, when every second counts, you got to keep pushing. And keep in mind, we're about a month away. So some folks, I know that's still in the horizon. They're keeping an eye on that because they want to be geared up for the May 24th race.
Well, let's get the report of the overall winners in each division from the Bermuda Grand Prix. At the conclusion of yesterday's criterium, which was the final leg of the 3-day all-local Bermuda Bicycle Association's Butterfield Grand Prix 2017, saw every second count in some divisions. The male A division was won by 3 seconds as Matthew Oliveira clocked an overall time of 2 hours, 43 minutes and 12 seconds, while Caden Hopkins was second in 2:43.15, and Darren Glassford finished third in 2:44.48. Alyssa Rouse finished ahead of second place Zanique Williams in the women's division by only 1 second. Rouse was clocked at 1:37.43, while Williams was clocked at 1:37.44. Ashley Estwanek finished third in 1:38 flat. The male B division title went to McQuinn Birch by 2 seconds. Birch recorded a 3-stage time of 2:04.57, with Gary Rayner finishing second in 2:04.59. Alex Pilgrim finished third in a time of 2:05.08. Caleb Ingham won the junior male 13 to 16-year-old age group division, clocking 1:36.35. Nicholas Narroway was second in 1:36.43. And Nicholas Pilgrim finished third in 1:36.46. The junior 13 to 16 age group title went to Megan Hans, who clocked an overall time of 1:27.25. Amber Simons finished second in 1:28.08, and Zoe Hasselcutt finished third in 1:30.45.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Jay, this coming Saturday and Sunday up at Dockyard, we'll see the Bermuda Karting Club doing some street racing. I was able to get down to Southside last weekend, actually Sunday, speaking with the president, but got to see some action. The club has grown, and anyone that goes to Dockyard this coming weekend will definitely get an opportunity to see some fast racing on the street.
Well, Earl, before we get to the racing, if they was to ever have an insurance plan to cover both of us, I would warn you in a shifter race. But that would never happen because they never gave us the insurance to cover us.
Well, there you go. Thank you, all the insurance companies in Bermuda, because there are ways to get around you, Jay. And one of these days we had to do bumper cars.
I
Right?
was going to say bumper cars is us. But no, Earl, that's what happens with karting is that speed, that adrenaline. And because for the most part of the season they're at Southside, so when they do get to go, and we saw that even with powerboat racing, even though the numbers don't come out of support when they go to these different locations, which sometimes is unfortunate. And hopefully this summer they get a better turnout when they go to Dockyard and Hamilton and off Spanish Point. But in karting, I remember clearly, like yesterday, the first time they took it down to Front Street. Yeah, it felt like a Grand Prix. So, and then the Dockyard's been successful too, and it reminds me of the days when they used to race up at the Annex, but they also used to race down at National Sports Club, where Montessori is now, Shelley Bay. And so we're going back a little while, and then for some of the other folks who might remember, they said race and bikes and stuff down at PAC. So when you used to go to these different locations, it was a different vibe there in the Hill 9, and that's what they're going to get when they go Dockyard. Folks will get to see, who probably don't get to come down to Southside from the West End, get to see what the karting is all about, and sometimes that might get them interested and inspired to race next season.
Well, let's get the words of Dockyard this coming weekend from the president of the Bermuda Karting Club. Well, Scott Barnes, we're 1 week away from one of your highlights of the year, but obviously first let's talk a little bit about today and then leading up to next week, which is what you're hoping to have a bumper crowd. But today, just see you come off the track, exciting times.
Yeah, I was out whole Scuzzy off to get that tag win. It was a good race. But yeah, this is our second last race day here at Rubis Southside Raceway. We're excited to be, well, not excited, but we're glad to be finishing off our season with 2 more race days left. And then next week's our Super Bowl of karting in Bermuda for us. We're going back to Dockyard for the Dockyard Grand Prix, and we're definitely excited to get back to the street racing and have some fun.
Very important for the club to show what you're able to do at the other end of the island. You guys have been down here for quite some time, but a chance to be on the street, give people a different look. Some of those people that may not often get down this far, but you're at the opposite end of the island.
Yeah, it's always exciting to do a street race. Rubis Southside Raceway down here at Clearwood is a nice facility, and we're happy about it. But going street racing, we get a ton of spectators that come out, 4,000 or 5,000 people for the weekend, and it's a good time to showcase our sports to a lot more Bermudians and visitors alike.
It's special for you guys because it's not easy to put on. You got to get sponsors, you got to get support from the restaurant businesses and everyone in the Dockyard area, but some of the people that's helped you or helping you guys put this on.
Yeah, it's a lot of hands and a lot of work to go on and a lot of money that takes to put these street races on. So we definitely couldn't do it first without Wedco for allowing us and without our sponsors. This is the first year we're doing it as partnering with a charity. BASE, Bermuda Autism, is partnering with us. So they're kind of the main sponsor / charity behind it. And then we got Pepsi, Frito-Lay, who else I got here? Red Laser, Rubis, Spar Yard, Island Construction, D&J, and many more hands and many more people that make this happen. Sorry if I forgot them, but we won't forget them next weekend. But it's a lot of people, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money that goes into putting these races on. So we're appreciative to everyone that helps out.
People coming out, what can they expect to see?
They can expect to see a great show. I mean, the Dockyard track is a tight, small track, so it's going to be bumper to bumper, high speeds. The shifter carts are pushing 65 miles an hour up there. We got some great races all the way from our kids, 7 years old, all the way to the old guys in the 206s. So it's going to be exciting. It's a family day. We're pushing, we got fun castles, food vendors. So bring the whole family, come up by ferry or public transportation, and just make it a family day. Bring the kids out and watch some exciting racing.
Jay, we have 2 outstanding 800 middle distance runners. I was going to say 800 meters, but these guys are middle distance runners. We had Dej Miners break a school record, and we had Shaquille Deal winning 2 titles in his division in the 800 and the 1500 at the regional championships. Let's get the report of both Dej and Shaquille, and also Juma Mouchette, who competed alongside Shaquille Deal. Shaquille Deal helped his St. Augustine University men's track and field teammates win the program's 20th consecutive CIAA Outdoor Track and Field Championship title. Also competing in the championship was Juma Mouchette, representing Virginia State University. Dill won 2 events, capturing the 800-meter and 1,500-meter titles. During the preliminaries of the 800 meters, Dill finished second with a time of 2:01.43. He then clocked a time of 1:57.52 in the final to finish first. In the men's 1,500-meter, Dill clocked a time of 4:11.83 on his way to the win, while Mouchette finished fifth with a personal best time of 4:21.25. Mouchette finished second in the men's 5,000-meter race, clocking a time of 17:50.20. Meanwhile, senior Dej Miners posted a school record in the 800 meters, competing at the Larry Alice Invitational at the Princeton University. Miners finished ninth, representing Franklin Pierce University in the 800 meters with a time of 1:49.39. Well, Jay, there you had it. That school record. Dej continues to impress at Franklin Pierce, and Shaquille at St. Augustine.
Yeah, most definitely. We look at Dej, and we was talking off air, but I'm hoping that he gets the consideration of even athlete of the year for next year, because what he's done in this season, running, and the likes we talked about it, we haven't seen the success like this going back to the days of Mike Watson in university. And Mike, I know you're 27, but but we're going back a couple of years. But then you look at Shaquille. So just as you probably had a couple of years since Mike, but you might have a next year because Shaquille is right on his heels. Qualifying for the provisional time for the NCAA championships, which is huge. Huge. And seconds away from the automatic qualification. I'm hoping he gets through, because my TV will be on that channel that Saturday afternoon. I guarantee, Earl, I'll probably be calling you to tell you what's going on. But that's every time, like I said, I see a Bermudian on TV representing us, even though they may be running for the school or whatever the case may be, you feel that sense of pride. And those two right now are burning up the track, and they've been doing it all season.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, last week we talked about the Carifta swimmers winning 39 medals. We got a chance to speak with them late Thursday evening when they arrived back into Bermuda. Spoke to the coach and a few of the swimmers. We also were given the opportunity to get an interview with 2 of the swimmers that captured a bulk of the medals, and that being Peyton Zelkin and Elon Daly. Let's get the arrival and the interview with those 2 exceptional 11 to 12-year-old girls.
Ben, well, first of all, congratulations to everyone. 39 medals. Did it exceed your expectations?
Most definitely. Obviously, we train all year looking for the opportunity to perform for Bermuda. These young athletes did everything they possibly could to make sure that we came back with a great haul of medals. Can't be more proud of them. They came together as a great team during the week of competition, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
Were you worried after day 1 that you might go over your record?
Most definitely. Day 1 spoiled us. Obviously, we came out of the blocks. Everybody was swimming really fast. Lots of personal best times, which is always our goal. And if the personal best time leads to a medal or a record, then that's just gravy. Spectacular competition. What I will say is that the region has become significantly better. So they had to race really fast. Personal best and records were not enough in some cases because the competition was very strong.
You and Richard would have had a talk, especially with the relays, worrying about whether or not it went off. Did that surprise you, how well and how quickly everybody gelled together?
Well, obviously on paper we knew we had a strong team. You never know what you're going to get with the other competition. And Cayman Islands showed up with a team that we were not expecting. And they raced extremely hard, and we had to make adjustments. And the girls stepped up and made sure that they were going to get those medals.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Next. Come on, young man, Sam. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Tell us about your overall performance, how you felt going into it, and now that you've come back heavy-handed, heavy-necked.
Well, I felt good going into it, racing last year at Carifta, getting 2 bronzes last year, going in feeling some of the same people, and then some of the people racing last year going up. After that first 200 breast, it just made me feel better about Carifta, and like I didn't feel as nervous going to any more of my races.
What was that first night's sleep like after the first day?
Well, it was hard because we got in so late after all the relays every day. But, I mean, you just got to keep going. Everybody's in the same situation as you.
Yeah. What would be one of your most memorable moments about this curriculum?
Probably probably the 400 IM, that race. I was racing this person the whole time, the whole way. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Obviously, your experience at this before.
It was the same kind of. It was.
Yeah.
It was. You just had to. The first day was hard because it was. You just had to get used to it and all the noise and everything.
Right.
But then you got normal.
So day one, you was a bit distracted.
Yeah. But.
So what are some of the team talk after the first day of what you need to concentrate on, what you need to focus on?
Well, we were all talking about how we all had to just focus on our races, not anything else, and do one race at a time.
It worked out for you?
Yes.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So just obviously emotional for you last Carifta.
Yeah.
Do you take it all in? Do you soak it all up? Do you remember when you started like some of these others?
I mean, yeah, I did. On the last day, I did think back to 2011 when it was my first Carifta, and I put myself in their shoes, and then, yeah, I took it all in on my last race, the 53, when I was standing on the podium.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Really emotional for you?
It was, but now I have bigger things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's some of the advice you could give these guys that you've been through, especially when you started the next age group at the bottom and things were a little rough for you, and then you started making your way as you got older into the age group?
Yeah, you just have to train hard and push through the years.
Yeah. All right, well, congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to say, and I'm sure you all will agree with me, that this is a fantastic team. And I don't know about you, but watching them on Flow Sports and seeing them with all their accomplishments, you felt the intensity. And I just want to say, team, well done. Bermuda appreciates you, and congratulations. And we look forward to the next time. Thank you.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Not much more to say after hearing everyone talk, but I'll tell you what, 39 medals. I too was following all you youngsters, and I have some names in mind, but I don't want to call anybody's name and forget other names. So as a contingent, Bermuda, we are very proud of you, and we always are looking forward to bigger and better things, because 39 medals for an island such as ours, I mean, hooray. Can we all give them a round of applause? Yeah. So all the best, everyone. Thank you.
So, Peyton Zelkin, can you please tell us how you felt with your first Carifta experience?
I thought it was really fun to be like a part of the team, and it was a great experience with all the summits.
Very nice. Can you tell us about your performance at Carifta?
Well, I think I did pretty well in a few events.
A few events.
Yeah.
About how many medals are you coming home with?
13.
13 medals. That's a good day. Good week. A good year for some people. Can you tell us what's next for you?
What do you mean?
In swimming, what's next?
I guess to just like continue with my new swim team and like meeting new friends and beginning to grow.
Nice. Are you looking forward to CC again this summer?
Yes, I am.
Very nice. So, Miss Elin Daly, how do you feel about your first Carifta experience?
I was really nervous, but it was really fun.
And how do you think you performed in your first Carifta?
I thought I did okay in a few events. I added in most of my events, but I thought I did okay.
Nice. Are you excited about this Carifta performance and looking forward to what you'll be able to do in the future?
Yeah.
And what's next for you in the pool?
I'm really looking forward to CC Cam so I can try and get better times and do better.
So, Earl, now it's time for me to ask you a question. After interviewing those two young athletes, what's next for them? Because they are young. What's next for them?
Well, the sky's the limit, to tell you the truth. Both of them who finished, well, Elin finished first, and she's 11, so she's got another year in that division. Peyton's 12, so she'll move up to the 13. The sky's the limit. Elon was scaring many in that division. Even Ben was really surprised by how well both of them in their first ever Cariftas were able to take the pool by storm. They have what we call the CC Can coming up, which is the Caribbean championships amongst all the Caribbeans, and that's another age group event. But I could see Elin dominating in that field as well as Peyton. We have the national championships coming up in May at the Bassa Pool. But the sky's the limit. I mean, if they continue on this track, I'm pretty sure both of them will automatically get an education from some school, who will probably come and knocking very shortly. And then whether or not they want to continue their journey in the pool, it's up to them, because right now they are the two dominant swimmers in the Caribbean at the girls 11 to 12 age group.
Dominant swimmers in the
Caribbean. They are 1 and 2, 11 to 12 girls in the Caribbean. That's not taking anything away from Sam Williamson, who is number 1 in the Caribbean in the 11 to 12 boys age group. So right now we're leading the charts, and we just have to figure a way. And I know Ben and Richard are scratching their heads trying to figure a way how to make sure that we can maintain that right through to the 15, 17 year age group and then beyond, because what we seem to dominate at the younger ages, and as we get through it, I would say the lack of challenges or the lack of opportunities to be challenged. Both of these young ladies are abroad in school, so their challenge is a little different now because they're abroad and they see different challenges each week.
See, this is where me and you think alike, because that was my next question. Knowing that they are based overseas and they're getting challenges, like I said, on a weekly basis from a great pool of players. I mean, swimmers, actually. No pun intended there, but obviously building well for not only for the competition's sake, because when you're in these competitions and you're got, it's a stiff, it makes it a little bit easier the next time when you go to another event or a big event, because now they all seem to be the same, even though they might have these big names. But you've had these competitions, you had these great races, and it gets a little bit easier. Now, some deal with it pretty good, some have problems with it. But from the outside looking in, looking at like the opportunities that they've been given abroad is put them on the right direction.
And hopefully we get an opportunity to see them here regularly, to see that progress. I know Elin and Peyton will be back for the national championships right here in the National Sports Center pool. And hopefully people who haven't seen these two young ladies perform will come out to see them. They will probably be up against the older lot for the national championship. Although they'll swim in their age groups, they'll be tested by the older lot.
It'll be interesting to see what times to put in.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we know what the elements can be at the stadium, but I'm pretty sure that these two will go far beyond what they've been able to accomplish thus far in a short career, because they'll be preparing for the CC Can right after that.
And the bodies are just still growing.
Oh yeah, still learning their body, still learning their strokes, still learning the craft, and
we're just talking about raw talent right now.
Yeah, and sky's the limit. Well, Jay, that's it for another Digicel Sports Show.
See, I feel good now.
Yeah. You started off with a bit of irritation, but you've come around. I mean, and that's what sports does. Sports gives you an opportunity to vent, because not everything goes your way, not everything goes the way you think it should go, and then it allows you to come back because you see the accomplishments of people who have put in hard work, and it does, in the end, pay off.
Most definitely, and that, I think that's probably the moral of the story when it comes to sports. I mean, a lot of folks don't see, even if you're talking about the administrators, a lot of folks don't see what goes on behind the scenes, the early morning workouts, the early morning, the injuries, the recovery from injuries, all the folks that are involved in taking care of the injury for you and getting you back to fit, and then the game itself or the competition itself to be consistent, not just great a day or two, but being good over a long period of time. And I think once we get that standard of consistency, it bodes well for all sports and all athletes and us as a community.
Well, do enjoy the rest of your night. From me, host Earl Baston, and
me, Juggling Jay.